Hey guys, great to see you. Please let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. And, Instagram's a little bougie, so they're, going to be a minute or two. And I'm so glad you guys are here. It has been crazy town. My son started his senior year, and let me know in the comments if you can hear me, because I'm not seeing my audio show up. We're streaming across about 5 different platforms, and this may take just a moment. Yes. Oh, good to see you guys. Really good to see you. And we are live on Instagram, YouTube, a host of other things, and Facebook. So jump in the comments and let us know. My baby boy started the first day of his senior year today. My eyes are sweating. And it's bittersweet. We're ready for the birdie to launch from the nest, but it doesn't mean that it's perfect. And I am here to say, hey guys, let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. If you threw a dart at the US, I'm checking my audio here because it was acting crazy town. Okay. And let us know where you're chiming in from and what your weather's like. Because right now, we're only 4 degrees cooler than Death Valley, California. If you threw a dart right at the U.S., I am absolutely dead center in Oklahoma. And, I said I would never live here again. Oh, good to see you. We have Georgia in the house, Seattle in the house, and North Dakota in the house. I bet you guys are way cooler than we are. Yeah. And, what's so funny is this is when summer needs to be relaxing and chilling out. And I'm telling you, somebody ticked her off because it has been light years away from that. And remind me of this in the dead of winter because it has been brutal. And I'm so glad you guys are here. If you don't know me, my name is Bren Harris. Imagine, if you will, you are starting school, you have a special needs child, or you are starting respite care. Hey guys, you can see my Tina Turner arms are not happy today. Yeah, I'm turned on my other light. I'm doing the Tina Turner arms workout, and it is, I get puffy before I get buffy, and it is not fun because I love to enjoy summer as best I can because it's crazy here. And my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. He was just a baby. And today he's 6'1", towers over me, even in 3-inch platforms. You guys know, petite and powerful. And I just want you to know you are called for such a time as this. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was following the rules. I thought I was doing what every great mom does. And he was medically injured at 22 months of age, just tiny. And in the last 15 plus years, we have walked straight through hell. Now we walk out of there like we own the place and take water back to those still in the fire. If you are just joining us, please chime in the comments and let us know where you're logging in from. Because for me, this is a really, really important gig tonight because we are here to say you are called for such a time as this. And you are called to be the thermostat, never the thermometer. We are called to community, never isolation. And those are really big things because when, it hits the fan, I don't want to get censored here, we tend to pull back and isolate. The anonym to isolation is community. And that's one of our 3 pillars here at the Warrior Nation. Now, in the last 15 years, since we've walked through hell, walked out of there like we own the place, and take water back to those still in the fire, we are building a community. People are starving for connection and community. And then we build that up and we contribute back. Think about the people. First of all, think about that one thing you thought you would never make it through. And now here you are. It's just a speed bump in the rear view. It's not Mount Everest. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know your situation. I just know you are called to help those that have not been down the road you are on. Hey guys, great to see you. We have Georgia, Tampa, North Dakota, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. in the house. Great to see you guys. And again, if you just threw a dart at the state in middle of the states, I'm right there. And it has been brutal. I'm going to back up a little bit. A few years ago, and again, my hair is probably going to end up looking like Rosanna Dana from the vintage Saturday Night Live sketches because it's so hot and humid here. Yeah, we are called for such a time as this. I want you to know, whatever you're facing, know that you know that you are called for such a time as this. There is nothing on heaven and earth that could stop you from your purpose. Now, before we get started, today my son launched his senior year of high school. 15 years ago, every expert in a white coat was saying he would never. And I just want to send this picture to them and say, how do you like us now? Because we said, who says what's the workaround? All right, so here we go. Ta-da! First day of senior year. And you can see in the bottom left corner, that's first day of preschool. I don't know if it's showing up on your screen. And I just cannot believe he was ever that little. In this picture, I am wearing 3-inch platform wedges. And that has been my shoe for the entire summer simply because he is giant. And I love that we can show, hey, look at us now. You said we couldn't, but we're going to show you we can. And we have the absolute best team of rock stars we've ever had. And in the last 15 years, he's done preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, all the way 1st through 12. That's a lot of schooling. And now we're going out with a home run because he has the best team of rock stars ever. And I just want you to know, be the squeaky wheel. Yeah, there's nothing, Tennille from Georgia says, there's nothing that can block you from your purpose. Sonia from Strong Island, New York says, oh, amazing. Thank you, warriors, because I really believe that just because an expert in a white coat or an administrator at a school says something doesn't make it truth. Hear me, warriors. Just because someone in a position of authority tells you something, that doesn't make it truth. The Supreme Court, dating back 50 plus years, has given you the inalienable right to make medical decisions for your minor children. And when you go to school, in 7th grade, this is 5 or 6 years ago, we showed up and they wouldn't even let my son in the building because he has a specific genetic marker. We have an immunization exemption. If you are in a public or charter school anywhere in the United States, that is your right. Hear me, warriors. I know this is hard and this is a hot topic. I want you to know your rights. Now, today you can fill out the exemption form. You're safe. It's the law. And nobody can tell you otherwise. And today, my eyes are sweating. My baby boy started his senior year of high school. 15 years ago, they said he'll never be able to function. He'll never be able to go to school. He'll never get out of diapers. And I'm just like, who says? What's the workaround? And look at us now. And he hit a home run today. He finished all his work in just 30 minutes. We do a specialized charter school. And he did all of his work in 30 minutes, and then he got a reward. And he is learning to use a MacBook Pro, just like I'm doing my podcast on. And and a digital smart calendar. And he is just checking it off. And it's so exciting because we never know until we try. Oh, T says, just because a person in a position of authority tells you something doesn't make it true. Whoo! Mic drop. Yeah. And that's the truth, because together we truly are stronger. We have Trinidad in the house, North Dakota, and New York in the house. Great to see you guys. And I am so excited that you guys are here because you are called for such a time as this. Maybe you have younger children and you're like, senior year is so far off, I can't relate. Well, what's that one thing you always thought your child would be capable of, and people in authority are saying they can't? And I am just like, no, higher power and determination knocks it out of the park. Okay, so I'm going to back up just a little bit, just so you guys know. Baby Zach, right here, this is almost 18 years ago. When we PCS, that's what the military calls it, when you move back to the States from overseas. This is baby Zach. And I still cannot even believe he was ever this young. And we are staying at an older relative's house. He had never updated the kitchen since the 80s. And I'm looking at my MacBook going, hey, these moms online are being so disrespected. And something rose up in me. And you'll understand in just a moment why that's so important to see that tiny picture. Because this was just about a year ago on one of our out-of-state medical trips where we're doing detox. And this is my son with the big ear defenders and me in this beautiful gluten-free coffee shop. And we were having so much fun because my son is an amazing traveler. And I want you to know, whatever your situation is, I see you, I hear you, you belong right here. Schools are, I grew up in the same tiny town in Oklahoma. I went to the same school system all 12 plus years. And my son has been in 10 schools. 10 schools in his public education. Don't even get me started on private schools. The churches here, we live just a few miles from two of the biggest churches in the whole planet. Not one of their schools will take IEP students. So much for being in the hands and feet of Jesus, huh? Ooh, I hope this video lands it in their inbox. And I want you to know, I see you, I hear you, and you belong right here at the Warrior Nation. Because together we truly are stronger. That's not a Hallmark line. When parents start talking and start collaborating, greatness happens. Oh, that's worth repeating. Hear me, warriors. When parents start talking and collaborating, greatness happens. Wherever you are right now in your journey as a parent or a warrior mom, I see you. And I want you to hear me. You are not alone. And this has been, I'm a lover by nature. You minimalize or marginalize my son. Ooh, the warrior mom ignites. And I will not be quiet. I was just talking to someone that's on here tonight. Be the squeaky wheel. Because what happens, especially in back to school, some administrator, some pencil pusher at the top, behind a desk who hasn't been in a classroom in 20 years, and has not participated in the autism epidemic that plagues our entire country. As of this broadcast in August of 2026, boys are 1 in 31. If there was a diagnosis for anything else on the planet that was 1 in 31, everyone would be up in arms. This has just been normalized. And we are here to say, okay, we recognize that might be a diagnosis. That isn't our death sentence. A diagnosis is just a diagnosis. And if you talk to 10 different doctors, you're going to get 10 different opinions. Hear me. I know you are called for such a time as this. This is not something I would have ever in my life imagined that I was called to do, because I was one of those careeraholics that said, I'm so glad I'm not called to work with children. And then higher power had a different plan. And I know, together we truly are stronger. And just because someone in a position of authority tells you something doesn't make it so. Hey guys, great to see you. If you are just chiming in, please let us know in the comments where you're logging in from. Because I am in the middle of the 90th teen level of purgatory with the weather here. And I'm going to show you a couple of cute little things here. So this has been the hottest summer on record, and we were only 4 degrees cooler than Death Valley, California this week. So it is very important that we lock arms. And hey guys, great to see you on Instagram. Max, I'm so glad you're here. Stay Inspired with Shah. If you guys have not seen her podcast, it's beautiful. Please look her up on Instagram. And Tennille, the lupus warrior. She is Tennille the captain. Tennille _ the captain on Instagram. Hey guys, great to see you. Yeah, I'm so glad. If you are on the live, please put an L, not for loser, but for live. And if you're on the replay, put an R. And if you get value, please let us know in the comments. And I'm going to have some notes tonight. My son learns new words through American Sign Language. His name is Zach. So we tongue-in-cheek call it Zachanese. And I am not kidding. The memory expert Jim Quick says, when the body moves, the mind grooves. And I have witnessed that in our journey on this, from 15 years ago to now. My son will be driving along. We're kind of in the suburbs. And we'll be driving along, and all of a sudden it's super country, and there's this massive garden. And he kept going, gut, 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 gut. And I go, stop with the baby talk. In the name of all that's holy. Because I know he can talk. If I provide the right vehicle. Oh, that's worth repeating. My son can talk when I provide the right vehicle. And for us, that's American Sign Language. So I said, oh, you want to talk to you? Are you pointing to this? And he goes, yes. Yes. And so we pulled over to the side of the road and we looked up the sign for garden. And that's just 2 G's like this, garden. And so even before he's prompted now, we drive by. This has just happened in the last few weeks, so it's kind of exciting. He goes, I see a garden. And that's what his Rockstar Therapy team has been working with him to say for the last year. Yes, louder for those in the back. Miss Amanda, one of my son's favorite teachers. She says, louder for those in the back. Good job, Mom and Zach. Thank you. And, it's so funny because our children, just because they're non-speaking, doesn't mean they're non-hearing. Hear me, warriors. Just because a child is non-speaking doesn't mean they're non-hearing. And that is really important. And I have run into the most horrible situations in education because teachers are not trained. They don't know what they don't know. And we are here to educate and edify. We're not here to blame and shame. We're here to educate and edify, because just because you've met one special needs child doesn't mean what you applied to that one special needs child applies to everyone. And I'm sorry, did I mention it's hot and humid? I've got a little gnat right in front of the camera. So you guys pray for me. And I just want you to know, I don't have all the answers. Oh, we have Nettie from Florida. Oh, we have Susan from Seattle. Good to see you. And I want you to know that tonight we're talking about being the thermostat. Why? Because we walk into meetings. We walk into, whether it's church, school, doctor's offices, and I want you to hear me. We, as the Warrior Nation, are walking in as the thermostat, never the thermometer. All right? So one of our words for tonight, other than garden, is thermostat. What does a thermostat do? I mean, obviously, we're 4 degrees cooler than Death Valley, California. And I want to show you this real quick. And this is just not too far from us. And this is one of our funny. There you go. David Payne from Channel 9 says, over it, Chickasha was the second hottest place in the United States today. Boo. Death Valley, California, 119. Chickasha, Oklahoma, 115. And I am not exaggerating, you guys. This has been crazy climate issue here. And, our puppy, our beloved 10-year therapy dog goes to the back door, walks a 6 inches out the door and comes back in because she's like, I can't do this. Because, you know, she's tiny and she's 10 pounds and she looks like a Shih Tzu, but she's actually called a Cavachon, Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel, and Bichon hybrid as a therapy dog. And it, you know, when the 10-pound dog can't go outside, you know it's hotter than the 19th billionth level of purgatory. And I want you to know, if you are in the midst of summer, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. And I want you to, because I don't have all the answers. What I do know is that when we lock arms and tackle this life together, this is how we win. WIN. All right. So we are walking into whatever meeting, whatever task it is set before us. All right. And we are being the thermostat. And ours is rectangular. So I hope that fits with what you're dealing with. I want you to go. It's like thermostat. Isn't that a cool sign? I was like, thermostat. Yeah, because the thermostat is what keeps us sane right now in the midst of summer. So that's one of our signs for tonight. And I want you to know, because when we are here to influence the energy in the room. We are not here to reflect it. Whatever that energy is. You walk into a work meeting, you walk into a hospice meeting because you're caring for an aged relative. You walk into an IEP meeting, individual education plan for our supermoms. You walk into a negotiation. I want you to visualize. Hear me, warriors. Visualize the absolute victory. There was a study that was recently done by Peanuts, and they're I mean, a silly name, but they're amazing. If you want to look them up, please do. And it said, when we work first, then reward. Simple, small, frequent. Okay? Work first, then reward. Work first, then reward. The Pomodoro method says work 25 minutes, reward yourself. Work 25 minutes, reward yourself. This doesn't need to be a European vacation, a Lamborghini, a Range Rover. This needs to be something small. Work first, then reward. Whatever that reward is, that could be, for a warrior mom, being in the absolute quiet with our feet up for 5 minutes with no one needing anything. Work first, then reward. That makes us 30%. You guys hear me? 30% more productive. And I know some of my boomer friends, they're like, oh no, you need to earn that big reward. No, studies are showing in the last 2 years that when we work a little bit, reward quickly, that we are 30% more productive. Isn't that fascinating? And we are making ourselves, in the heat of the day, go somewhere where there's air conditioning. And that's our adventure for the day. My son's already cut off the bracelets. I think we're at day 160 of wearing our little gold ribbons around our wrist for our adventure. And today, on the way home from his first day of his senior year, guys, I did this on accident because we didn't have anything green to wear at St. Patrick's, and we wore green and gold on St. Patrick's Day. And now we're doing just the gold one. And he brought my arm over while we were driving home from school, and he goes, we tapped our bracelets, and he goes, activate. And the sign for that is this little Spock sign on your non-dominant hand, and then you're like starting an engine. Activate. So those are our two signs for tonight. Be the thermostat, and then activate. Activate your right to advocate for your people. Oh, that's worth repeating. Activate your right to advocate for your people. If we do not speak up, injustices happen. And I learned this the hard way. And just in case my son ever sees this, I'm going to spell. Yeah. ABUSE at an autism clinic. And we were out of the applied behavioral analysis autism therapy for over 3 years because of it. And I told him that will never happen again. And that is really heart-wrenching for a mama bear, that I did not pay attention to that still small voice. And as soon as I learned of it, We yanked him out of there. And our super kids statistically are at very high risk of abuse. And this is very important because I want you to share this. Now, as of this broadcast, boys are diagnosed 1 in 31. If that's not an epidemic, I don't know what is. And I'm absolutely done being silent about it. And we are so blessed with his senior year to have the most amazing rock star team on the planet. And we are not taking no for an answer. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, let us know in the comments where you're logging in from. Tony from Nation's Capital, we call him Tony the Voice. He says, warrior moms must be mindful to strike a balance, to stay refreshed, to continue the mission. God bless all the warrior moms. Thanks, Tony. And if you have not seen his podcast, Dollars and Cents, it is amazing. Wednesdays at 5:30 Eastern. It is amazing. Please check it out. Hey guys, great to see you. And Nettie from Florida says, so true. And to Neil from Georgia says, love the Pomodoro method. I do too, because it breaks it down. It breaks it down into small pieces, small little bits, so that we can feel like we are accomplishing something. In our era of social media, doom scrolling, distraction, this is very important. If you can't do 25 minutes, which is okay, because when I first started, I could not because of social media. That's where I promote my business, and that's where I talk to potential clients. And I found myself not being able to do 25 minutes. I started at 10, and then I added 5 more minutes until I could work up to 25 minutes. And I know that as a warrior mom, I build in pockets of time. Hey, we have Miranda from Oklahoma. Woohoo! And Amanda from Oklahoma. Oklahoma's representing. I'm so glad you guys are safe and cool in this heat wave. And we are so excited about cooler weather. You guys remind me of this when it's the dead of winter. And what I love is that tonight we revisited garden. So you take 2 G's and turn them horizontal or landscape, whatever, portrait, landscape. And then you're going to put them together and you're going to say, garden. And if I'm opposite of you guys, we'll go this way. Garden. Yeah. Garden. And the garden is so important with all the stuff going on with our food chain. So please embrace it. Absolutely. If you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. And let us know what your biggest takeaway is. Because when this reposts as a reel, I will share that. And I love, 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 and have so many comments, I can't catch them all. Yeah. Yeah, show me this clip in the dead of winter, because I will take winter over all of this. Yeah, because tonight we're talking about walking in and influencing the energy in the room, and that's being a thermostat. So we're going to go like this, non-dominant hand, thermostat. Mine's rectangular, so yeah. Thermostat, because we're influencing the energy in the room. We're not reflecting it or mirroring it. And then our second sign tonight is activate. You do a little Spock hand with your non-dominant hand, turn it sideways, and act like you're starting a car. Activate. We are going to activate our adventures for the rest of this summer. Labor Day is just around the corner, and I want you to know you're not alone and that back to school can be very challenging. So if you know anyone with a super kid that might have an IEP or a 504 plan, please share this video with them so that we can guide them to their states or their county's parent hub so that they can have a village instead of showing up at a meeting by themselves. That's the worst feeling on the planet. I've been there many times. And I know the Oklahoma Parent Center is amazing. And we have a parent hub database for the entire U.S. for every state. And you are not alone. Remember, be the thermostat, and community is the opposite of isolation. I am Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom, with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors, unite.